very well.
Well, I got pretty close with him, too. I was really lucky. But what John enjoyed with myself was the fact that the experiences were conscious. He was writing Passport to the Cosmos at the time. I was able to fill in some gaps where people, don't have the memory or they don't retain the memory.
Right.
Because none of the experiences did come from regression, although I think regression is good. But in my case, it never was necessary. And so a relationship flowered at that point.
Well, was an amazing man. Punishment.
Okay, so that's interesting. I mean, without hypnosis regression, you can't remember what happened to you. But if you're put into a subconscious state or a state of hypnosis, which is very real. Hypnosis is very real, in case anybody out there doesn't know. Okay? So, let's move on with this.
You mentioned they conditioned you with punishment and then some sort of reward, I suppose.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be nicer and easier to just come and treat me with respect and love and peace? Why you gotta put so much fear into me? You guys get off on that? You love the energy of hate and fear, don't you? You love that energy. You feed on that, don't you? Little creeps. You're gonna have a big problem on your hands with me, my friends.
Were what they considered to be good. So when we get back from the break, Jim, let's go into that a little bit. We've got so much to take care of tonight, so much information. Stay right where you are. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you this was going to be a very special night. Jim Sparks is indeed a very special guy. And he's going to recount to you in great detail, because he remembers in great detail years and years of abductions, what they want, what they did.
Start this next one here. I think we still have time.
I sure wish some of those PhDs that I interview all the time, some of those very reputable scientists, could listen to what Jim Sparks is saying tonight. Those fellows who say, well, give me some proof. As you listen to Jim Sparks, I think you would conclude, as I think they would conclude, that it would be worth a few investigative dollars to look into this, because it's really happening. It's going to unfold before your ears this night. Jim Sparks is my guest. I'm Art Bell. In basic training, having a drill sergeant right up in your face with invective and screaming is quite enough to terrify the hell out of a basic recruit, I can assure you. Jim, you said you went through a kind of basic, and they gave you punishment and reward of what sort?
Well, from the very first moment on board, and particularly, again, the first 18 months were like this, and then it tapered off a little, but again, after 6 years, I kind of look forward to telling you what happened after that. But from the very first day, the letter A, just the letter A appeared on that on the screen in front of me that I was mentioning, and then an equivalent, which I thought was an alien language. Well, I later now know more what that is, but I didn't know what was going on at the time. To the letter A was next to it, and they wanted me to trace that equivalent of A with my right forefinger on that table in front of me. And so there would be like a demonstration of how to do the A, which it was one stroke to the right, one stroke to the left, one stroke to the right. And then I yelled out, no. And of course, who are you? Why are you doing this? And so one thing I've learned about them, and for a fact, they can't stand questions, and I can get into that later. Just, you don't ask them questions, they tell you when they want you to know something, and that's just all there is to it. And there's no other way around it. But anyhow, I screamed and yelled, no, I won't do that. Well, immediately after that, the air pressure in the room increased with a thump, like thump, and there was pain in my ears, and I just went, ow. And then, again, A. And I could hear this in my brain, and I didn't hear it in my ears. I heard just the word A. A. And I went, no. And then the air pressure increased again until the pain was even more. And every time I refused to do it, it just kept stepping up in levels and levels and levels until it got to the point where I couldn't take it. And I did the strokes for the...
Wouldn't it be easy to just approach Jim Sparks? Would it have been more logical for them to approach Jim Sparks and show him how to make an A in their language if they approached him in love and respect, treated him nicely, invited him into this situation? Don't you think he would have learned a little bit faster in that first 6 years? What kind of crap are these idiots trying to feed me? This is really upsetting me.
The letter A, and then all of a sudden a sense of euphoria.
Well, I'll tell you what, this whole thing is spiritual, okay? Because it's totally illogical, okay? Only what they're trying to teach him this. No, that's not what it's about. It's not about teaching him. There's better ways to teach him this, okay? This is a spiritual manipulation going on. Okay? Let's continue.
Where you just...
Actually, I'm going to stop this one because I don't know how far I've gone. Look for the next one.